Okay, hello, my mic is off. My mic was off. I'm back. I'm here. I've been talking for 2 minutes on mute. So yeah, I guess I'll start over. Oh, okay, I'll start over, but let me have a sip of water first. So, yeah, just checking my level here. So, yes, I am back. This is, I think the third day of streaming in a row, which is great for me because it means I haven't been bogged down with technical difficulties preventing me from streaming. I've just been able to work and it's been really nice. So, yeah, today I'm working on this is the kind of the last sequence of the episode. There's 3 different shots, but they all are kind of just different camera angles on the same action of Nat talking to Andy and Amp here. It's a long monologue scene at the end. It's like a minute long and took about 2 days of work to get all the motion capture brought in and cleaned up. But even then, it still saved me a lot of time because I think it probably would have been a week to animate it all by hand, so to speak. So yeah, so now we're moving on. We can bring in the motion capture and we can actually start finalizing this shot. There's not much going on in this shot other than Nat talking, but I will be adding a little bit of like keeping alive animation to the other 2 characters and also some body motion to Nat to go along with the talking. So that's the plan. And I think we can just go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring in those actions and put them on Nat. And then I'm going to need to, I think I'm going to need to move the characters all a little bit to the right because one of the shots I want to use is kind of like this, which of course I'll adjust all the characters to be good for the shot. But the issue is, we're in the flagpole. So yeah, I just need to move the camera, like have the camera over here and then have, you know, Amp here and Nat here and Andy here. So just a little bit of a nudge, but that will involve kind of reworking all of them because this ground is not just flat. I'll need to rework all their poses a little bit so that they're actually on the ground after I move them. So that's what I'll be doing after the mocap comes in. So yes, let's bring that mocap in, shall we? So those have been imported. If we go to the Blender file, we see them all here in the list, all these ones that say Nat. First, those are all the actions. I just need to apply them to the right thing. So go in here and we'll select all the Nat things. Nothing on the body rig. These 2 will both have something. that's the FaceIt rig, so we put the FaceIt action on there. No, wrong one. Control rig action. Yeah, and we got Nat is talking now. And the FaceIt rig action goes on the FaceIt rig. So that'll have the tongue animation on it, and then I can start adding in more tweaker adjustments to the facial expression if I need to. And then the head and eye mocap. Which I might need to turn on. And I target R. And I target L. And that's all of them. So they should all be working together, and it looks like they are. And yeah, so we got all our mocap in. The timing might need to all be adjusted a bit, because I kind of botched the way I set up the mocap file. I used the wrong sound clip, and it's probably a few frames off. So I'll have to do that next, make sure it's all in the right place. Might be pretty much there though. Let's hide the vegetation. We'll get better, faster playback that way. This might actually be just right. I think I'm gonna have to do a little animation preview to tell for sure, because it looks like it might already be exactly right, but I'd be kind of surprised if it is. a new camera for me to be able to render my preview from. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, I think that's probably enough. Oh, I forgot to set the output path. I have to go find it. Temp. I'm gonna have to Google where it is because I don't even know where that goes. Let's see. Blender. Render. Location. Man, they're all videos. Well, I have no idea. No idea where it went, so I'll just have to redo it and save it. Okay, here we go. One more time. You know, I think that is exactly right. It's a miracle. Yep. Okay, great. So we can move on and switch back to our actual shot cam. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is place the characters a little more to the side so that I can frame this other shot up. I think I'll set up that camera now. So yeah, let's call this shot. This is shot 410. And I'm kind of going for something like this. So we're kind of seeing over Amp's shoulder with Nat and Andy over here, but without the flagpole right in the front. So I'm just going to hide the flag for now. I think we want a deeper lens, like yeah, like 35mm lens. Okay, that's probably right. Good to set this this like, you know, there's this like safe guide here. I find it's good just to set it all the way to black, because if the default I think is like 50%, and it's easy to get a false impression of what your shot looks like and start subconsciously thinking you have more space than you do. So just turn it black so you're really, really, really just seeing what you're gonna get. So now I will go in and kind of reset these characters a little bit. So that they work in this camera. Probably something like that. See if I can avoid having amp over Nat's hand there. That might get cluttered looking. Okay. Something like that might work. Let's turn the flag back on and see how we're doing. Ah! Dang. Perfect. All right, all right. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, so they've got to go even further over. Here, basically. Also going to try to avoid tangents like this. This is it's called a tangent, where parts of characters or parts of the set and characters all kind of create some flowing line into each other. Can become visually distracting, hard to understand for viewers, so we try to avoid those. I mean, it's impossible to 100% avoid them all the time in all cases everywhere, but you just try to minimize them as much as you can. I like the depth of having this all the way, you know, even have some sky visible back here. I like that, so I'm trying to preserve that. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. And there's going to be some grass here. I think the grass is about this thick. Gonna have to bring it in a bit and check to be sure, but this is probably about right. Okay. And then let's tilt up a little bit just to not be touching the tip of Nat's head at the top of the frame. Probably move this hand too. All right, probably something like that. Yeah, next I'll be adjusting all of their head angles and eye lines and everything to be extra sure, but I think that's gonna work. We got just enough clearance with the camera there. And let's check out our other angle and see how much we messed that up. Oh, not bad. Yeah, okay, great. So we're good there. And there's going to be a third shot. There's going to be a third camera angle in this scene, and it's more of a close-up on Indy here. And I don't think that's so dependent on everything, but I'll just check it anyway, just to be sure. There's not like a weird, like, bush sticking out of the side of Indy's head or something. Yeah, I think we're going to be good. And also I could cheat Andy a little in this shot if I wanted. Because yeah, like having tree branches sticking out of the head might get weird, but this will end up in a different scene anyway, so we can just cheat Andy a little over this way or something in that shot if we have to. So yeah, this will all work. So I'm gonna hide these for now. Go back to this being my shot cam. Turn off the vegetation, turn on the flag. Save it. Yeah, so now and start kind of like sprucing up the poses and making everything kind of look right again. So I guess we might as well start with Nat, since Nat's the one kind of the main focus of the shot. Actually, I'm going to save up too, since I'm going to be starting to change stuff. Okay. And auto key. Time for some auto key so that we get our changes saved. You'll get another crazy tangent here, but I don't think it's going to be a problem because there's going to be grass here and probably some plants too. Let's see. I don't know about this playlist, man. Okay, yeah, and I think a lot of this eye motion is gonna have to go. There's some of it I might keep, but in general it's just gonna be causing trouble. So just turn them off for now. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll set the eye directions and the head turns in the places I want them to be, and then I'll figure out where I want to bring back any of that eye capture. Yeah, don't want to use any of it there. So I want the first line of the dialogue to be Nat kind of looking right at Andy. And then right about here, Nat will kind of look out and up a bit because they're kind of reciting something in their thoughts. So yeah, this playlist has got to change. One moment, please. We'll start the eye line there. Double check that Indy's where I want Indy to be. Yep. We'll just kind of keep the eyes here as long as it looks right. I think the blink will be a good time for this head turn to happen, so we'll start there. And it's usually nice to lead a head turn with a blink, so you kind of like start the head turn just a little after the blink. It's usually a good way to go. Maybe not quite that spaced out. That's kind of like a what am I doing with my life look right there. And then right before this word, they look over and look over at amp here. There's a word that we want to emphasize. And I'll probably just have to add a blink for that. Oh, I also have to double check my head control is... Yes, free orientation. That's important. It's a really bad thing to forget halfway through your animation because it changes everything. So like what that means is I can animate, turn the neck, I can turn the body, and the head will stay pointing in the same direction. But if it's set the other way, it's always going to follow, and then that completely changes what your animation is. So yeah, you usually want to set that on purpose right when you start the shot, and I usually use the head free version. Okay, good. Um, and I think trying to decide whether I should use another animation layer or just edit this animation. I think I might as well edit it because I can always bring back in a new fresh copy of the action if I have to, so. Yeah, and this isn't the kind of thing where I'm going to be coming back and changing things 100 times. If you're going to get really specific about it, you can start moving the eyes just before the eyelids start coming down. Oops. Okay. And that's the end of that thought, and this would be a good time to have Nat turn back to Andy here. So I'll put another blink slash head turn in here. Set another key on all these. Just going to set a key on everything actually, just to keep it real. That's the end of that shot. I mean, we come back to this shot 3 times throughout the sequence, but this is the end of the first section that actually has to be animated. Okay, so we'll do another blink. And there already kind of is a half blink there, but just a half blink. So I'm going to get rid of it and turn it into a full blink. And also retime it a little bit, make it a little earlier. And I have to shut my window because there's a leaf blower outside. So yeah, I'm gonna have this blink about here. Oops. That's what I get for doing that at the wrong time. Okay, so we'll... Yeah, it looks like we do need to just compensate a little for that turn. I might adjust this head turn a little more actually. Let's get a better angle. And I have gimbal lock. Let's see if we can get away with that. Might be okay. Yeah, I think we're okay. Okay, and the eye line gets a little weird. I think it already is kind of weird here, so let's try to fix that. Yeah. I think we're pretty good until about here, although this is kind of weird too. Let's do that. Eyeline noise is so weird for me. I feel like it's one of those things that you like, the longer you look at it, the weirder it looks. And then, but anyway, I think after this head turn, we can adjust it again. Probably be good. Yeah, okay. Let's see how that looks. Hmm. I think there's a couple little things I want to do. I'd like to make Nat smiling a little more, for one thing. And what else? This first eye line does feel weird to me now. Okay, I think that's better. And then yeah, I think over like basically the whole thing, I'm just gonna try like a global, or at least this first section here. Just smile a little more. Okay. Yeah. And I would love for Nat to kind of like do some eye darts right through here. Nat's kind of like listing off some things, so let's go internal, as they say, and have some eye darts to indicate the thinking. Okay, that's probably gonna do it. A little too much. Let's just take those two little ones are, I think, a little overkill. Those two. Let's get rid of those. Yeah, that's fine. So, and then the one one other thing I noticed was this, the eyes are kind of drifting when Nat turns back to Andy here. Gotta fix that. So I think I just gotta grab all these. Yeah, okay. Just had to sync that up with when the head turn ends. And I think we're good. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that for whatchamacallit? For head and eye stuff. And for now anyway. I mean, if I really wanted to get obsessive, I would start paying attention to head turn arcs and stuff, but I feel like I'm not going to prioritize that. I think a higher priority is getting Nat's body to move a little bit. So I'm thinking this is the first shot I've done, so I mean with like full body showing in addition to the head, and I think what I might try is copying the head X rotation. But off the mocap, that is. So that would not be there, it would be here. Oops. It would be here. Copying this curve here and basically just copying it onto the spine and making it a few frames earlier so it leads the head a little bit, and maybe smooth it out so that it's not quite as like active as the head movement, and see how that looks. It's not usually I mean, this is my first project doing mocap animations, so it's a little bit of an experiment, but I bet it'll work. So I'm gonna save. Good time to save, and I'm gonna copy these keys here and go into pose mode, and I think yeah, like that. Copy it onto there. I do have to pay attention to what frame it starts on. So yeah, a couple frames, it'll lead by a couple frames, so like 1020. Paste. And we're going to the right range. I think it's the same thing. Okay. So yeah, this is the idea. So what I want to do is scale it all down so it's not quite as exaggerated. And then smooth it a bit. Move it down here so it's where it was. Dr. QWERTY, hello. So good to see you. It's been a while. I have not been streaming much. Yeah, and then a smooth filter a couple times on this. Whoa, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, smooth it way out. Yeah, that's kind of what I had in mind. Just some subtle motion on the body. All good, but I have been super sleepy. Story of my life. How am I doing? I'm doing good, thank you. Just weeks of technical hell, lots of problems, but I feel like I can't, it's like I can't even say for sure whether or not I'm through it. Like I feel like I'll jinx it, you know, but it seems to be good. Things seem to be working. I had to rework my entire shot pipeline. And before that, there was about a week of rendering problems to deal with. And before that, there was like a week of something else I can't even remember anymore. So, but now, finally, this is, I think, day 3 of me being back to actually just making the shots again. And so it feels really good. Feels really good. Yeah. I could show you some progress too. I don't think you'd have seen. So oops. So you probably saw this shot, I'm guessing, because this one's been done for weeks. This was like the one that I got done. And then I was thinking, oh, it worked. Yay, I'm moving forward. And then I tried to get into the next shot, which was this one. And it was just like nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. So yeah, it was a week to get this one to render. And then another week to get this one to render. But now I think I'm actually, excuse me. So anyway, it's all working. It's rendered, and seems that I'm able to start new shots without any more problems so far. So yeah, that's it's some progress. So yeah, now I'm in this end section that's kind of like this monologue. Nice, thank you. Glad you like it. So then there's this like end section where now it's like talking to the kids, and I'm not sure yet whether it'll I'm thinking it'll be like an epilogue type of thing at the end of the episode, but it could actually just be its own video if I wanted. So that's what I'm working on now. And the reason I'm doing this part so early on is because it's like a full minute long. It's going to be nights and nights and nights of rendering. Oops. So I think that it'll be good to just have it in the can so that, like, if there's a night where I'm not rendering something else, I can render a chunk of this. So yeah, I'm not going to get too crazy detailed with Nat's body animation here. But maybe a little shoulder motion might be good. Let's see. In our projects. I don't know. I think doesn't feel like the shoulders would be doing anything, but what does need to happen is a little bit of spine twisting when Nat turns from side to side. And I might even try the same trick again where I just use the curve for the curve that's on the head mocap, which is probably Z. Okay, yeah, so I'll grab these keys here. And I'll come back, I think, 2 or 3 frames. We'll break it up from X. X I started on 1020, so I'll start this on like 1018. And did I copy? Copy. I think that's gonna go to Y. Yeah, okay. Did I delete it? No, it's there. Oh, right. Okay. The head mocap doesn't even have head turns because I animated the head turns. Right. So but I do kind of like having this in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of do both at the same time. I'm gonna keep this, I'm gonna smooth it out some. And maybe reduce the keys. Whoa, not that much though. Hmm. And then this one, I can probably actually scale up, make it. Oh, and I have to invert it. Okay, so we'll scale y minus 1. Or do we? No, I don't think we do. I think this is not going to work. I'm just going to change the plan. I'm going to copy this after all. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So I'll push this a few frames earlier, and I'll try smoothing it out. There it is. Okay. No. Okay. It's pretty subtle. But it's there. All right. So, could keep going with Nat and make like lots of fun little details like the feet moving and shoulders and blah blah blah, but because this is such a long shot and the other two characters haven't even been touched, I'm going to move on and see what we can get done with Andy here. Okay, yeah. And then the other two, I thought it would be fun for Amp here to be kind of restless and, you know, has a lot of energy and just wants to play, so doesn't really love sitting through a talk. And so it would be fun for Amp to be kind of like pulling on the bar or hanging off of it or something, kind of like swinging around. I don't want it to be too distracting. The devil's in the details. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I could spend like, you know, a whole other day. I could spend 2 more days, you know, just like making this perfect, but I'm not going to do it. But yeah, I want to figure out something for Amp to be doing to kind of communicate a little bit of energy, but not distract from Nat. So think for a second. I was imagining like, you know, they're like just like hanging off the bar and kind of pulling on it and stuff. But yeah, the other thing about this shot is this is a wish list item. I don't know if this is actually going to happen because I don't know if I'm going to be energy to do it. But I actually was imagining this talk is like kind of a conceptual like talk through an idea. So I thought it would be really helpful to have a there's actually like graphic animations happening up here, mostly up in here. They wouldn't even really start until about here, but I thought that would help like sell the, you know, communicate a little more clearly to people who don't just like pick things up as well from just listening to talking, which I totally relate to. I'm more of like a picture person. So yeah, that'll be even more motion going on. All the more reason not to have Amp doing a lot. So that's kind of my thinking through the whole thing. And then of course there's the flag moving too, so Hmm. So, Dr. QWERTY, what's had you so sleepy lately? Just work? Mostly work and too much streams. I haven't been sleeping properly. Oh. Storm started 20 minutes now, is gone. The weather is really weird. Where are you, if you don't mind me asking? What city? Or what region of the world, even, if you don't want to say what city. Oh, wow. Chile. I've always wanted to go there. It's mostly a desert, so it is very rare for this to happen in this place. Wow. Yeah, we had some really wild. I'm I'm in the U.S. and we had some really, we have this big desert called Death Valley, and it's just like, I mean, the name is pretty accurate. It's just like hot as hell and just pure dirt and rocks. This huge area, and it does rain every year. There's like some big rains that cause some erosion and wash a bunch of stuff out, but it's usually not that insane. But this year it was crazy. Like a bunch of roads got destroyed, and because it's just mud and rocks, so it rained like crazy, and everything just got washed away. Um, about 6 months ago, I think. So is it hot there now? Like hot, hot. Wait, you said it's pretty warm, right? It's really warm. So I have IK on, and these should be free, so I could. The idea is I can have amp like pull back, like just stuff like that. Yeah, that's. I don't think that would be too distracting. Yeah, I'll do something like that. 72 at night. Mm, that's like perfect sleep outside weather. But inside, yeah, that can be intense. Oh, yeah, the humidity. Yeah, that can get pretty serious. And I think I just need an eyeline adjustment here. Maybe might be good to start with amp looking out, and then amp can turn and look at Nat when Nat starts talking. I think that'll be good, yeah. It's about there. Have you ever been to those? I can't remember the name of the range, but it's famous in Patagonia area. The big mountain range with the super jagged peaks. Have you been there before? Nope, very rare to travel around the country. And most have visited the capital and 2 regions around it. Frutila or Frutiar? Probably saying that completely, completely horribly, huh? I haven't heard of it. I'll have to look it up. Sorry for butchering the names of places where you live. Frutihar. Frutijar. Frutijar? Frutijar. Frutijar. Frutijar? Frutijar. Is that a little closer? Oops. More or less, yeah. Thank you. That's kind of you. I am just an American who doesn't know any other languages, just English. Typical. The jar part needs more work. Is it like a jar or is it jar? Like a clean yeah. Yeah, yeah. Frutillar. Frutillar. I see. Yeah, okay. Oh. Well, that's cute. I like that. Okay. So this would be our opening pose, and then at some point, amp would turn to look. Hmm. Yeah. And then maybe just like a couple tugs on the rail or something, and a couple blinks. It's a bit fast. Bit slow. Something like that. So yeah, I think while Nat is listing off these things, it would be maybe a good time for Nat or for Amp to pull on the rail or something. And then when Nat looks at Amp, Amp will kind of focus a little more and just look back at Nat. And then Nat says things you can touch with your hands. And that would be a good time for Amp to kind of look at their hands and move them on the rail maybe. That'll be a way to have Amp do something that's not distracting. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And that'll be all Amp has to do in this shot. And then Nat turns back to Andy after that. 2. Yeah, it's a little much. Just trying to avoid like the straight on. Trying to avoid that with this character. Willer, howdy, Willer. Good to see you, Willer. How you doing? My mouse just died. I had to plug it in. Hmm. Doing well. Just been working on a portfolio model last couple days. How have I been? Good. I've been good. I've been back to work after weeks of technical problems. So I'm actually finishing shots again, and it's really nice. Portfolio model. So like, is that your main jam with 3D stuff? Is yeah, thank you. Is it modeling? Is your specialty? I'm gonna check these eyes in the actual render because I don't think these proxy eyes are like a perfect representation. Focus, people. Let's just turn off depth of field for now. If I can, let's see, where is it? Where is it? Yeah, that does. I'm glad I checked because it's not quite working for Nat here. But I think AMP is working pretty well. Try to be a generalist somewhat, but my focus is character art. You probably would have been able to get through. I spent like months on these freaking characters. You probably would have been able to get it done so much faster. Maybe someday I'll be able to hire you for modeling and character stuff. Because I'm like just fumbling my way through it at all times. Oops. There we go. Yeah, that's probably more like it. Thanks. Yeah, it just took me like over 6 months, I think, maybe more. Which is not what I planned for. I mean, I knew it wouldn't be easy, but dang. Ah, cursed eyes. Do I think it would take me an additional 6 months? Probably not, but definitely several months. Because, yeah, there was a learning curve, but there was also parts I just skipped because I was just like, screw this. The, like, topology, the faces are okay, because I knew that would be crucial, but, like, the fingers are a mess. The body and the hands and fingers are all basically just like I ran a quad remesher on it and called it a day. So there's like things like that that are just not professional level, but it's just like I'm picking my battles, you know? And I'm sure a texture artist would have some things to say about my UV unwrapping, things like that, but so yeah, like if I were to redo it, the answer to that question, I guess, would be like, well, would I be doing it right or would I just be doing it the same? Because if I'd be doing it the same, then yeah, definitely faster. But if I did it like to a fully professional standard on all the components, then it would probably take even longer. Do not blame me for skipping Retopo. Thank you. I appreciate it, because life's too short for that, man. I mean, I know it really matters in the face. There's no way around it. You don't want like nasty face shapes, but this isn't a video game, so. Okay, so yeah, I think I was checking this. I think it's... maybe just down a little bit. Looks a little high, maybe. Yeah, I managed perfectly well without that stuff. I have so far... Oh, am I frozen? What's going on here? Well, yeah, I mostly have so far. Other than the like 3 weeks of problems I've just had to deal with. But those actually were not related to any of the shortcuts I took with the characters. So yeah, I am managing well. Damn it. Yeah, all the problems were mostly related to rendering and file linking and pipeline stuff. Yeah, that's better. Awesome. I'm glad it's passing. Yes, it's passing. The yeah, I spent about, I mean, they were short work days, but I spent about 2 work days cleaning this up. I had 2 takes. I kind of Frankenstein them together into one out of the best parts from each, and then I spent about a full day's worth of hours cleaning it up. It's like a full minute. And adding the tongue animation. And so yeah, a whole minute in a day is pretty dang good, I think, for time saving. And then yeah, the head, it's mostly the mocap. I just added some head turns and some blinks. That's about it. It's astounding. Well, yeah, I have FaceIt and ARKit and my iPad to thank for that, I guess. It does a pretty good job. The things I learned about it were, even though I guess it's using LiDAR and that's laser based, I found the results were way better if my face was well lit. So I would make sure my face was pretty brightly lit. And the other thing I think helped a lot was really pushing the face shape keys. I'm really exaggerating them so that, you know, there was always, always had more range to move into, and you're never like hitting the ceiling, because you can always dial it back, but you can't really push it further and have it still look good. I mean, I guess you could go over 100%, but then you're like moving into crazy land. So yeah, I think those 2 things helped with the results. So yeah, these eyes are good. We've got amp turning. And then maybe when Nat looks at ND, amp can kind of just shift a little bit. Not really do anything specifically, but just kind of change it up a little bit. Have to always double check because I'm using 3 armatures at the same time. Sometimes it doesn't always add a key to all 3 of them, but it looks like it did. Oh God, weight painting. Yeah, I didn't even think about. I think I blocked that out of my memory. The possibly the biggest nightmare of the entire thing. Oh, I feel you. Good luck with that. The worst part is like when I was in the middle of weight painting, I saw this. There's like some, I think it's like a Disney or a Pixar Tech demo video where they have developed this skinning system that uses like a spline cage almost. Like I don't know if you're familiar with that kind of like modeling. It used to be, I think, more popular, but it's like a patch made out of splines crisscrossing each other, and so you just use spline handles to create contours on the surface. And so for like modeling a complex object, it's not really very good, but for like they had some sort of character model that it would just put a spline cage basically around all the places you'd want it to be. So like all the contours around all the shoulder muscles and all the elbow and the bicep and all that. And so you could just sculpt spline handles to get all of your correctives instead of having to like sculpt all the things and do all that stuff. And I don't think they even had to do weight painting. Like this spline cage would just drive everything. And so, yeah, I was like looking at that while I was in the middle of weight painting these, and just like, fuck. Yeah, it doesn't have to be this way. Anyway, yeah. I think it was Pixar if you want to try to find it. I don't remember, but I think they had a demo of the panda from Turning Red rigged up that way, and then one of the characters from, oh, maybe it was Disney. Maybe it was just, well, they're both kind of now, but I think there was an Encanto character too. But anyway, yeah, it's amazing, and I was like, this should be how it works. This is so, it makes so much more sense. Yeah, yeah, don't do it now or you'll just want to cry. But you know how to make add-ons? You could make an add-on blender for all of us, right? Or a blender add-on for us, right? That does. I seriously, I was like thinking through the whole thing. I was like, if I knew how to make add-ons, I would make this add-on and like revolutionize rigging in Blender because You could like have a loose spline cage that just like shrink wraps to your character or something, and then you just kind of like place the contours where they're supposed to be. But it already knows because it's only like probably what, like 40 to 50 points. Like it's already programmed to know what they all do. So all you have to do is like shrink wrap it to your character and place the contours in the right place, and it like does all your shoulder deformations. And I don't know, this is just fantasy land. I don't know programming or add-ons, but this is what I was thinking about at the time. But anyways, if you want to take that idea and make a gajillion dollars with it, go right ahead. I'd be first in line to buy your add-on. It's a deal. Same here. If I crack that one, I'll let you know. Ah. Oh, I totally forgot my plan too. I was gonna have Amp look at their hands. Because Nat says the line things you can feel or things you can touch with your hands. I thought that would be a good time for Amp to look at their hands. So that would be here. Let's see if this works. Sweet. Do a little tween machining here. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. They are like Disney after all, so I guess their tech papers are always insane. Just wishful thinking when you're like deep in the throes of waiting hell for week 4, you start fantasizing about a better way. There's something like 40 different research contributors to that paper. Okay. All right, fair enough. I'm just hearing excuses, Fuller. Just kidding. I did go ahead and get the what's it called? There's one on the Blender market called the what's it called? Voxel heat diffuse skinner. Voxel heat diffuse skinning. Which did save me some time. I would say it was worth the money. I think it's like $30 or something. Oh, you've got it. Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, like especially Andy's Andy's like belts here. Those would have just been impossible, I think, because they're right up against the skin and they're separate objects. But they work perfectly thanks to that add-on. I couldn't get the correctives thing. Like, it has some sort of correctives tool. I couldn't get that to work, but it still saved me enough time for it to be worth it. Excuse me. Okay, so let's figure out how long Amp's gonna do this. Probably want to turn back about here. Okay, yeah, I think that's gonna... I think it's gonna work. Yeah. Yeah. Just slow this turn down a bit. Kai! Hello, Kai. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Stopping by and saying hi, Kai. I am glad to see you. I'm out of rhymes. Say hello to Willer and Dr. QWERTY. I don't know if y'all have chatted before, but I'm always happy to see all y'all show up. How are you doing tonight, Kai? How's the animation going? Hold on a minute. These ropes are going crazy. They're cached, but they're going crazy. Look at this. What's happening here? Did my cache get lost or something? Cache is outdated. Okay, well, I'm just gonna turn them off for now. I don't know how that happened. I didn't change anything. Niece and nephews? Taught my niece how to animate. She knows how to draw well for an year old. Oh my gosh. Amazing. Your niece is gonna be like a animation prodigy. That's cool. That's very cool. So Kai was here with me the last couple days while I was doing some of this mocap cleanup. So Kai, this is the shot now with the mocap cleanup brought in and actually happening. And I'm kind of blocking in a few things for AMP right now. So yeah, that's kind of where it's at right now. She's like, teach me 3D. Oh man, I know. Well, what can you say? It's good for her to be learning to draw first, and I'm sure you know that. How do you say that to an 8-year-old? I have no idea. Oh, this is crazy. I think I should do something about this. Just in case it shows up in the render, I think it might. It's a cool flag. Oh, is your niece watching right now? Well, welcome to the stream also, Kai's niece. And thanks. Glad you guys like the flag. I thought it'd be fun to have some dynamics. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it didn't copy all the keys. Fix this. Here we go. All right. So yeah, while amp is turned here, I want to have just a little motion of amp kind of just moving their hand on the rail. I need to save. Gotta go babysit, but it's nice to see another scene. Yes, thank you, and thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Good luck. Good night and good luck. Gonna go draw with them. Good, nice. Enjoy. Good night, good night. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, hold on a minute. What am I doing? Let's see. I want to just ease into this and just have that drift in a little bit, so I'll set a key here. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think that'll work. Just gotta clean it up and then have the fingers react. But priorities, let's see. I kind of feel like before I refine anything with AMP, I need to maybe do a pass on Endy so I can see how it's all working together in case I need to change anything with AMP. Yeah, that would be the smart thing to do. Okay. So, what time is it? 6:30. It's time for me to have dinner. So I guess gosh, I got carried away. I thought I'd maybe get a little further, but this is good progress. I think I need to end the stream though and have dinner, and I might do a little more after dinner, but maybe I'll do a pass on Andy after dinner. But yes, I think for now it's time for me to take a break. So thank you guys and gals for watching, and it was great to see you all, and I really appreciate you all chatting and saying hi and all that, and I hope you all have a good night and best of luck with all your projects. Yeah, and see you all soon, I hope. Thanks for watching. Bye.